What's going on, boys? I got the Thursday Night Football picks for you for Thursday, November 20th. With this two-man I'm about to give you guys, you could turn $20 into $60. But of course, before we get into that, if you boys could please drop a like and subscribe, that would help me out a ton. Every like, every subscribe, any kind of interaction I get from you guys helps me out a lot. So if you could please do that before we get into these picks, I'd really appreciate it. Obviously, I do want to talk to you guys about chalkboard and parlay play. More specifically, the deposit matches that you get for signing up with both apps. Obviously, right there in the name, it matches your deposit. The more you put in, the more you get back out of it. You can make so much quick, easy, free money from using these deposit matches. I made hundreds and hundreds of dollars when I first started betting, just taking advantage of every deposit match that I possibly could. Obviously, on Chalkboard, if you download that Chalkboard app, throw in the code SBO when you're signing up. Not only will you get that free deposit match, but you guys will also get one exclusive free pick. Same thing on Parlay Play. You guys will obviously get that 100% deposit match up to $100 when using code SBO, but you guys will also get a $5 free game over here. I really like that $5 free game. It allows you guys to throw in a pick, test it out, and then if you like the app, you can deposit later. You still get the deposit match. It's just on your first deposit. It does not have to be at signup. However, if you guys do download either of these apps, throw in code SBL over on both of them or either of them, and deposit at least $20 during signup, I will give each one of you guys that does that 1 month of free VIP. Again, all you got to do, download one of the apps, throw in code SBL, and deposit at least $20 during signup. Shoot me a quick email. My email's in the description of all my videos. Just let me know really quick that you did that, and I'll get you guys that 1 month of free VIP. Obviously, the link to both these apps, the link to VIP, all of those are going to be down in the description if you guys want to find any of those. But on top of that, guys, these deposit matches are so sick. Obviously, if you guys sign up for both, I should say both. If you guys sign up for both the apps right now, you can make $200 in less than 5 minutes. It takes 3 or 4 minutes. When I say it's very quick and easy, I really do mean that. 3 or 4 minutes, you guys can make $200. Great deal there. But as far as where these apps will work for you guys, any of the yellow states over here on the Parlay Play map will absolutely work for Parlay Play. Same thing goes for the Chalkboard map. Any of these green states, you guys can absolutely use Chalkboard in there, in any of those states. But I did want to talk to you guys about one more thing about Parlay Play before we get into it. Obviously, this is a screenshot from Parlay Play. It's basically just showing you guys that they're going to give you percentage boosts for anything over a two-man. Obviously, every pick that you put in over a two-man is going to give you a 5% extra boost. So 3 picks is 5%, 4 picks is 10%, and so on. That makes the payouts go absolutely crazy. You guys can cheese the hell out of this. Do super low odds picks. So like Josh Allen over 150 passing yards for like 1.1x. You guys can just throw a bunch of random picks like that in, and you can get really good payouts off of it. So I love that about Parlay Play. And on top of that, their payouts already for the normal lines are really good regardless. And you also get these boosts. So very good stuff right there. But we're just going to jump over to Prizepicks here, get straight into these picks. Obviously, Texans Bills, this one actually should be pretty decent. I feel like this one's going to be low scoring though, just because of how good both these defenses are. But with that being said, just going to go straight into our first pick is going to be Woody Marks over 15.5 rush attempts. Obviously, I just mentioned how good both these defenses are. I will say the Bills have a very good passing defense as far as opponents' yards allowed per game. They are literally the second best passing defense in the entire league. The only issue with their defense is their rushing defense. They allow the second most rushing yards per game in the entire league. So they have the second best passing defense and the second worst rushing defense in the whole league. For that reason, the Texans know that, obviously. They did their research. They're an NFL team. They have to. They know what the Bills' strengths and weaknesses are. They know that the Bills' rushing defense is a huge weakness. They're going to run the ball a ton. It kind of seems like this team has already moved on from Nick Chubb. They're heavily leaning on Woody Marks. Obviously, 18 carries last week against Tennessee. They're going to want to give this guy the ball a ton. I think that 16 carries in a game where they're playing a worse rushing defense and a better passing defense than they did just last week when he had 18 carries. I really like that. The only reason I'm not taking his yards is, as I just said, he had 18 carries last week for 44 yards against the Titans. So he could break off some pretty long runs, get some pretty good yardage, but I think that the safer pick here is going to be his rush attempts. Again, the Texans know how bad that Bills rushing defense is. They're going to want to run the ball as much as possible, try to get a ton of yards. So really like that as our first pick. And then our pick over on the Bills side of things is going to be Josh Allen. We're taking him under 30.5 pass attempts. I really like this line for Josh Allen. Obviously, the Texans defense is absolutely crazy. They have the third best passing defense and the fourth best rushing defense in the league. They are very, very strong on really anything you want to do against them. But I do really like under on pass attempts for Josh Allen. He's only gone over this 3 times, so he stays under this line 70% of the time. And the only time he's really gone over this is in games that they have lost. The only game that they've won where he's gone over his pass attempts is that week 1 against the Ravens, where they were losing by like 3+ scores the entire game, that they ended up coming back to win. But obviously, they got belt to ass against Miami. They got whooped. And then when they played the Patriots a few weeks back, which was their first loss of the season, he went over his pass attempts there. But so basically, he just goes under his pass attempts a lot. 70% of the time is obviously a huge number, and statistically speaking, their passing or the Texans' passing defense is better than their rushing defense. I feel like just because of how much Houston's going to be running the ball this game, Buffalo's going to want to take as much time of possession as possible. They're going to want to run the ball a ton as well. I think I see this being a very run-heavy game on both sides of the ball. A lot of running, a lot of field goals. So that's kind of how I see this game. I think it's going to be very low scoring. So under 30.5 pass attempts for Josh Allen seems a-okay with me. Absolutely love it. These are the 2 picks I've got for you guys for tomorrow's Thursday night football game. Obviously, Woody Marks more than 15.5 rushing yards, as I said. The Bills have the second best passing defense and the second worst rushing defense. They're going to want to lean on the run a lot. So 15.5 rush attempts for Woody Marks should be very, very easy for us. And then Josh Allen, as I just said, less than 30.5 pass attempts, just because of all the time of possession that the Texans are going to be taking up with the amount that I think they're going to run, and they probably should run the ball. The Bills are going to want to have a decent amount of time of possession as well, so they're going to run the ball a lot. And again, Josh Allen's only gone over that line 3 times this entire season. So really like both these lines. But again, other than that, that's really all I've got for you guys today. I will say we did not have any picks for today. Obviously, yesterday's video was our score predictions for college football Saturday. I did have a comment on that asking me why I did it so early. That was more of like an entertainment video just for people that want to know what some influencers are thinking about like scores and all that. Not as much so betting. Obviously, I was talking about spreads and stuff like that, and that is my betting advice to you guys if you did want to bet on those games. But that one was just more for fun. Let's just have a little fun making some videos. Obviously, I do like getting these free pick videos out to you guys every single day, but sometimes I'll just want to mix it up, do something different. If you guys do like that video, again, I will have it linked in the description of this video. So if you guys do like that video or you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Had a ton of fun filming it. But other than that, again, that's really all I've got for you guys today. So I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.